Hi everybody, how y'all doing? Today I want to talk about some of the things that happened since PPP take office on the 2nd of August 2020. Today is the 13th of August 2020. So I would say that is 11 days since the PPP take office. But before we go into that, I want to wish Huge Dad a successful and speedy recovery. He would have been tested positive for COVID-19. Our prayers are with you, sir. Now, since PPP take office, we see the PPP achieve more in 11 days than what the PNC achieved in 5 years. The reason why, because the PNC did not achieve anything in 5 years. All they was in there doing is thieving out with money, signing corrupt contracts and deals with various people and companies. Now, I want to say thank you to the government and ministers for two things at the moment. First, the $10,000 cash grant for the school children. Thank you for bringing the back on board. We all would have known that this cash grant was established under the PPP administration. When the PNC take office in 2015, they demolish this $10,000 cash grant. They also take back the senior citizens subsidies of light and water. They were saying that they don't have money to continue with them, but they had money to raise the salary to $1 million a month, and they had money to increase the government food budget by $1 billion a year. They had money to buy all kind of vehicle for all kind of people. They had money to pay government appointees that never existed. They had money to hire bodyguard for the useless ministers that the PNC had. They had money for all those things, but they didn't have money to continue giving the school children $10,000 and to assist the senior citizens with the subsidies of light and water. They didn't have money for that, but they had money for everything else that benefit each and every one of them. And them is the kind of people going on the road and protesting to keep in power. Now, all of y'all, I'm not talking about the decent citizens who supported the APNU AFC. I'm talking about the hooligans. The hooligans that supported the PNC. Them who was on the road making nice, cussing, insulting the PPP. Accusing the PPP. I'm talking about those hooligans. Would y'all collect the $10,000 cash grant? Or y'all will refuse it because it's the PPP who doing it? Y'all didn't want them in power. Why should y'all collect the money? I know y'all gonna go out and say, it's we money. No, it's not y'all money. PNC don't thief out y'all money already. The PNC don't thief out y'all money already. Y'all don't have no money in there. So it's not y'all money. These people have to go and borrow money to do these things. Because the people who y'all was fighting to keep in there don't thief all out already. And I'm going to be playing some clips in this video. I will be playing some clips to show y'all that there was thieving the money, and this is not no accusation. This is facts that there was thieving the money. All kind of jiggery pokery went on. Ministers getting pay. When I say ministers getting pay, those ministers never existed. So they put a name and put a monthly salary for the person, and whosoever put the name there, they was collecting the money for that person. This is where all the money was going. Right? This one here, Ganesh Manipala here, had some people working, getting millions of dollars. And those people never existed. Where those millions went? Where those millions went, Ganesh Manipal, you will give account for them. All these ministers that was getting paid and they never existed, they will be give accounted for. Wait, we just start. $200 million the government owe the Harbour Bridge for asphalt. For those of you who don't know what asphalt is what I make the road with. The black tar thing is asphalt. Which road they do? Even to during the 5 months that the election was pending, asphalt was collected based on what the research saying. To do what? Which road the government do in the past 5 months? $200 million. Where did the money go? Where did the asphalt go? There was no asphalt, but this is just a next way how they could thieve the money. Right? There's just a next way how they could thieve the money. And this is just the starting of this whole fraud system. When I say fraud system, I mean that money paying for this thing, money paying for the thing, money paying this person, money paying the person, and none of them never existed. But money going into those companies and names. Who was collecting all those money? Where did all the money went? But we can still hear people come out and say that the PPP was thieving. And the PPP want to go back in power to thief. Now we can see who really is thief. If it's the PPP or the PNC. Who really is the thieves? Because for 11 days this government in power, I already see more thief than what you could accuse the PPP for. These people is a whole bunch of thieves. Now we can move on from that. 11 days in office, $4.5 billion COVID-19 stimulus package. This is what the PPP is doing. what stimulus package the PNC had? None. None. They wasn't giving the people of the country nothing. This government in there 11 days now. We already see the cash grant for the school subsidy, school children, $4.5 billion COVID-19 stimulus package in less than 11 days. And there is more to come, a lot more to come in the next couple of days. And the best part of this whole thing is some of the ministers them ain't even getting to the offices yet, because the PNC thieves them ain't want to come out. They don't want to come to the people in office. Some of the ministers of the PPP ain't getting to the offices yet. Now, this one here, Lampy, Christopher Jones, Minister of Sports, sit down there accusing the PPP of trying to thief an election, of fraud, rigging, thieving, killing out people, all kind of thing. Excuse me. He accusing the PPP of doing. And now the PPP get into power. He want to continue working under the PPP. He don't want to resign. Get your mothers out of there. Go. You sit down there accusing the people them. But I believe I could bully people. But you ain't want to resign. Come out of the place. Nasty. You want to sit down in there and collect your money. Now, they're taking money from this government to pay the PNC ministers and appointees to accuse this government. Tell me what kind of bullshit is that? And then Granger coming out running his stink mouth, talking a bunch of bullshit. All of them have to go. Each and every one of the government ministers and appointees have to go. No more freelancing on the government. Enough is enough. You have to come out to the people in my office. Bunch of liar thief for you. Now every day you're going about your daily life, you will reach up to some crosses. I reach up to some, so I'm gonna play some clips with two of them. One of them threatening the PPP supporters and the president. Let me go to these clips.
Some of his language is disturbing and I don't believe should be taken lightly.
I have a lovely bone for pick with stinking Jabil and his stinking supporters.
We have a bone to pick with stinking Jabil and his stinking supporters. I don't know about you, Mr. Jabil, or the rest of your supporters, but I would like to tell this basement cockroach, accept your compliment. You hear? I accept your compliment. I would take it as a compliment, because you cannot expect better from illiterate people. You cannot expect better from them. Maybe a lot of people don't know. The reason why she says she wants a bone to pick, because that is the job she do. She pick bones. That is the job she do. She like picking bones. That is why she want to pick a bone with Mr. Jabil. You can't expect better from illiterate people. So there is no use arguing and trying to insult them or reacting in a negative way to what they say. They don't know better. So you cannot expect them to do better.
People are prone to forget the past and the history and
That is true. People sometimes forget. And there is what was going on since March 2nd. They think we forget what Burnham used to do. The 5 months it take before a declaration have been made, what we know Burnham was doing. Right? So you are right. People prone to forget. The PNC could not have rigged this election because we in forget what Burnham used to do when he used to rig the elections.
well, here no man. In the PPP days, budget used to disappear like ghosts because only permanent secretary now them used to they robbing and thieving money left, right, and center. Jack, the only people that want to go back in there for thieves because that's all them is do. That's all they.
When she's saying that Jack Dio and the ministers them is thief and they want to go back in there to thief. About this.
Office in 2015, the Guyana Forestry Commission had $4 billion surplus. Today it is bankrupt. It cannot pay the staff. It did not pay the staff in July because it didn't have money. There's hundreds of millions of dollars in debt. And so we have no apologies to make for bringing to the public's attention what is happening to our country and what has happened to our country. How could $4 billion just disappear in a ministry which brings in revenue all the time?
Nothing. And they have emptied the treasury and all the account monies that we had in the various funds. So going into the treasury as though it is their private safe at home and just pulling down money. $1.6 billion spent on what they're calling a hospital, and there's not a bed in the hospital. And now we are being told by some company that they own the hospital. They own the property that's not even the government, and the government owes them rent. I mean, what level of crazy you have to be to spend $1.6 billion on a property that you're not sure that you own? Some jobs I never hear about. For example, head of public parks, a man getting $500,000 take home a month, all his light bill, phone bill being paid. He has guards at his house, his internet being paid. He has a driver and a car. He gets a duty-free allowance in an A grade, whatever that means, I presume is the highest type of vehicle. And he gets a gratuity of 22.5% every 6 months. And this is a guy, when I find out, is hardly ever in Guyana. But he is the director of public parks. Well, what is that? Pick up some names and give these people jobs. And they're not unique. We are going to release dozens of these contracts, and ministers are going to hold press conferences and they will be speaking about them. You will hear them for yours. So they will see the raw deal the people of this country got from the previous administration. We are a ministry where the lawyers at the bottom level take home $180,000 per month. And they represent the state of Guyana. They represent the entire police force. They represent the army. They represent every public ministry. They represent all the apparatuses of the government, all. And they take home $180,000. They have lawyers who have been ensconced in ministries And these are the lawyers I'm talking about have been working with the state for a long time now, and they have that salary, right? You have lawyers now ensconced in different ministries around the government, and they're paid on a special contract, 500,000, right across the government apparatus. And huge blocks of land sold. No process. You have an agreement of sale. The smallest fraction is paid down, but a vesting order is granted, meaning that the person gets title in the name. Let us say the purchase price is 200 million. One person paid on 1 million, and they get the title in their name, owing the state 199 million. Now you tell me why those people should not go to jail.
About that, there's not thieving and there's not PPP. That is the PNC. There's no allegation. This is fact. That the PNC is the real thief. And you are trying to accuse Jabil, the ministers, and the PPP of thieving. Get your facts right, miss. Get your facts right. The thieving politicians Guyana ever had comes from the PNC. Since the creation of the PNC, the thieving, till to the end of PNC, there was thieving. So get your facts straight before you come out there and run your mouth. Okay, so since you like to run your mouth, what would you say about the coalition supporters?
The people and anybody else in Guyana prospering, anybody else doing anything else, them is vexed. Why I think the God is because now everybody fucking eating in Guyana and not one group of people eating in Guyana. You understand me? These people is parasite. Jack Dio
Couldn't have said it better. Granger and he ministers them.
donkey years of the resources out of the country. You understand me? Because they know it's billions of dollars worth of oil they would get access to. And let me tell you, guy,
You is not a PPP supporter. But if you have to give Irfan Ali an advice, what advice would you give to him?
all ya can for keep them teeth out of there. Because they go in there with them type of resources. It's a bunch of teeth. Ain't nothing else have to do whatever they could to get back in there. And y'all got to understand the money. This is what they got them bad right there. This is what got them bad. And then they got the people on Facebook, on Instagram, creating a whole bunch of fake pages and trying to abuse it. Trust me, if the country barely had little money and the PPP and them, could you imagine what they would do with our money?
So, what you think about the PPP, or I should say, Jabil supporters them? What you think about them? Since you had so much to say about the APNU AFC supporters, what you think about Jabil supporters?
It's a bunch of dunderheads who don't read. All them is look for clickbait. Clickbait. The first thing they see, to jump and believe. Them ain't going to get no facts. Them ain't going to get no information. Nothing. Stinking Kwame.
You're talking about Barrett Jabil, not Aubrey Norton, not Harmon, not Granger, not Vala Lawrence. Not, you're talking about Jabil, not them. So we don't have to go and read and do no research, because Jabil don't come out and lie to us. So when Granger and the Cabal come out and say something, you'll have to go and do a research for it, because they is the ones who just come out and lie to the supporters. Jabil and the rest of the PPP ministers don't come out and lie to the supporters. So when they come out and say something, we believe. We don't have to go and do no research. And we don't have to go and read nothing. You understand? So put that in your pipe and smoke it. Don't read. What we gotta read for? We trust yours. You understand? So when they come out and tell us something, we don't have to go and do no research to find out if they're lying or if they're talking the truth. No. When they come and tell us something, we know that they are telling us the truth. Them is not the PNC cabal. You understand? Get this straight. To Jabil, personally, what would you say to Jabil?
Alere suit yet, tal.
New AFC, government appointees and ministers who don't want to come out at the government buildings them. What do you think about them?
With every fucking body when I go in power. All the permanent secretary, all the ministry would be empty. And me people them would exclusive. You understand me? But sure enough we can get to all of them. Don't worry. Sure enough we can get to all of them. Trust me.
Just disturbing, and I don't believe should be taken lightly. He warns the people.
If he won the election, like seriously, that's so unbelievable right now. Like I can't understand how. I can't understand. Like I can't understand everything. I can't understand how these people could got certain things under control and still enjoy your time. Man, G, you're supposed to do every motherfucking thing it takes. You scut that rig it. You want to play books and nice itself. And you sit down there, you black scut saying, but what? Let's say you better try some fucking how and go back in the fucking seat here. Cause by the time tomorrow morning I wake up, bet you. Trust me, I don't like the reception when you scun Granger. Honestly to God. You do bare scunt as far as I concerned. On a real fucking note. You do bare scunt. You can't do any seat. Jack your president. Do some scunt to let this fucking thing deal with. This is just sad right now. Like no, like me even want, I never want to go in town. I don't ever go in town. Or fire people mother scun and they give me a gun and shoot all of y'all. Honestly to God. Starting with you scun infinitely. You crossing cool scun. Don't let's start to help me God. Infinitely you gone. You cunt, you gone.
Authorities deal with these two crosses, especially the last one, who threatening the PPP supporters and the president of Guyana. Well, these AP and UAFC supporters who coming out with all these name calling.
Bothered by these name calling, because what we do know is that the cabinet of the People's Progressive Party, led by Dr. Irfan Ali as president, is younger, more energetic, more qualified, and moving at a pace that I don't think the former government was able to achieve in 5 years, what we are doing now in a matter of 6 days. So we're not daunted by this name calling.
So please stay safe, stay away from one. God bless Guyana.